Hey guys, my name is X Factor. I hope you're having a great day. In today's video, we're going to talk about two different topics. Over the last few days, I've come back to PUBG, loaded up test server, and been playing around with Dead Mouse. Had quite a bit of fun in the process, and of course, 90+% of the time, we've queued for the new map. We're going to be talking about why I specifically don't like the new map, including some of the changes that the developers can make to help improve the experience. Then talk about our newest sponsor, which is Haste, something we've been using on stream that you might be familiar with already. It has to do with the integrity and health of your internet connection, which means a lot. You might already know your internet speed. You might know your ping to and from different gaming servers. But what if I told you that really doesn't mean much when it comes to the actual signal that's going back and forth? Ping is an indication of the speed. It's not an indication of the health, such as jitter and packet loss. And that's what Haste helps manage. There is a 2-week free trial going on right now. It's available for a lot of your favorite shooters: PUBG, Fortnite, CSGO, and Overwatch, along with a lot of other games, including Dota and League of Legends, and coming soon to Battlefield 1, Battlefront 2, and a handful of other games. So, why is it so important to use something like this? Simply because of this. The internet in the United States is a mess. Whenever you connect to a server, doesn't matter what game you're playing, you're making multiple hops. Your connection just does not go to a straight line to that server. There could be anywhere from 3 to 12 hops there and back. If any one of those is messed up, your connection is still going through it. That means you could have packet loss due to ingress or any other reason. That means some of your actions that you're performing on the client or the bullets that you're sending out are not getting to the server. It's simply not happening. So when you think bolts should be registering, they're simply not. It could lead to a lot of frustration. Ever hear people on TeamSpeak or Discord sound like robots? Well, a lot of times you could check your packet loss there, but there's nothing you can do about it. What Haste does is it reroutes you around the troubled spots on the internet between you and the server and back again, which is absolutely huge. Oftentimes, it could reduce your ping. But for so long, we put so much emphasis on ping, it's actually overrated. If you had a 20 ping and 1, 2, 3% packet loss, that's not good. I'd rather have a 40 or 60 ping and 0% packet loss, because everything I'm doing is getting to that server and coming back to me properly. But then, of course, it's up to the engine to not PUBG you at that time. Of course, games like Fortnite or CSGO, you're going to have a lot more success because those are engines at their stages are much more mature than what you currently see in PUBG, but it should help clean up everything between you and the server. It is a 2-week trial. It is available in the United States. If you connect to the United States, it's something that you can use as well. And of course, there's some giveaways, which are going to be linked down below, that Haste is hosting. There are extended trials. There's a 144 hertz gaming monitor and a bunch of other stuff. And it's pretty simple. You got to follow me. You got to follow them. And the more you do, the more entries you get. And that giveaway is going on for quite a bit longer. So check out that link below. Thank you to Haste for sponsoring this video. I've been thoroughly impressed with the product, and it's really helped me out because everybody knows my internet can be absolute potato. Now, they need to develop something for Twitch. So there's a problem between me and the Twitch server I'm connecting, and get around that, because that simply ends my streams in a lot of cases. So with the new map, there's new gunplay. And of course, the frames are much better, which has definitely helped with my frustration level of playing PUBG. But the gunplay changes have introduced drag, so there's a lot more lead because I believe your bullet loses velocity over time. It seems with the AK and even the car, some of the leads and the absolute changes in the drop are mental. I don't know if this is the gunplay that's going to be going live, but it doesn't feel very good. I understand that PlayerUnknown probably doesn't want people getting lasered across the map at 400 to 600 meters. They want to bring the encounters in closer. But even while using patient tap firing, slowing my rate of fire down with the M16, the Mini, the AK, and being crouched and or prone, it just doesn't feel right in certain situations. So right now, the gunplay isn't feeling the sharpest compared to what it is on live. Now, the most frustrating thing right now and the main reason I really do not like this map. Two things when it comes to loot. The clumping, something I've talked about for a very long time. When you drop into an area, there are these little bubbles of loot types. Have you ever dropped in and noticed you've had every attachment known to mankind? Maybe it is angle grips, foregrips, it's red dots, it is extended mags, it is flash hiders, it's everything you can think of that goes on a gun. But then there's no ARs. Or you drop in and you don't see a single AR, there's shotguns and SMGs everywhere. Or you drop in and there's ARs everywhere. Or it's feast or famine with the meds. 8-time optics are always scattered around along with level 3 armor. But everything else can be categorized and put in these clumps. It's something I've talked about since this game's come out. And even vehicles are the same way. Ever notice that you might be on a coastal area and there's 5 boats? Or 4 jet skis and a couple boats? And then you might be traversing through the world and see absolutely no boats. The vehicles and boats in this game clump as well. And that's one of the frustrating things when it comes to PUBG that, in my mind, really slows down the gameplay because a winning round can be around 36 minutes. The hottest competition that PUBG has right now is Fortnite. A winning round is 15 to 16 minutes. And part of that is because the map size, of course, and the way the loot is broken up. It's more evenly dispersed. Right now, PUBG is completely clumped up. Feast or famine, you're on it or you're not on it. And of course, you need to go find it. And oftentimes, you can do an entire city and not find what you're missing, which could be multiple categories, whether it's armor, heals, or of course, medium range optics or things to help you out along your path. So that is one thing that they could think about changing. So it's less about being the loot goblin that you really need to be, because sometimes you can't kill your way into it. If we take over a town, kill 2, 3, 4 people, if they don't have the loot patterns that we needed, it really doesn't do us any help. That's why when you murk people in a town, you think, oh, we're finally going to get some meds, and there's nothing on them. The second part of this equation has to do with this map specifically. The detail of the actual buildings and the layouts are extremely complex. You're talking a lot of doors and a lot of small rooms. So not only are you peeking into a room looking for loot, but oftentimes there's trash or a chair or a couch, something you actually have to run around, vault over, or look around, or take a second peek because you might have seen something and it was just crap on the floor. So that is not an issue with the default map in PUBG because there's a lot of open rooms. Yes, there are places like prison or military with the 3 apartments there that have lots of doors. But once you open the door and look around, there's nothing blocking your line of sight. This map, everything and anything you do in a building blocks your line of sight, which again, it feels like I'm being a loot goblin more than I've ever been because it takes you longer to find the same amount of loot that you find in the default map in PUBG. And that's something that I don't think is very enjoyable. And that's one of the downsides to PUBG right now for me, is the fact that the loot game has to take so long and it can really drag out. Most of you guys know I really enjoy hot dropping, mixing it up with the long drops, going in, contesting against a group of 4 to 10 people, getting my hands dirty. But the current state of the servers on test, which I hope this does not go live, is straight lag and rubber banding like I've never seen it for the first 3 to 5 minutes. Now, it seems to die down when the player counts get less than 80 or so, but it's horrific if you want to drop something challenging and fun at the start. Maybe work your way out, get the team out of there, and be somewhat looted up and geared up. If you're going to one of the hotter destinations, I hear some footsteps creeping up at me, and finish them with the last bullet in the mag. So I think that is an issue for the new map as well. I think the fix to this is obviously reworking the loot, which, of course, they've changed what drops and percentages, which is another thing I've noticed in the new map. It's really hard to basically get an AR. Minis are extremely rare. It feels like cars are more common now. because I'll be in gunfights in here, multiple cars all around me, which of course just absolutely makes you pucker. Personally, I would love to see PUBG put some effort into reworking the loot system entirely, maybe speeding up the game a bit, because it really stinks starting off the game and having nothing for 8 to 10 minutes or so. What do you guys think? Let me know what your thoughts down below. Do you think the game is too slow at the very beginning and, of course, the mid? What would you do to help speed it up? And, of course, do not forget to check out our newest sponsor, Haste. It is a 2-week free trial. You have nothing to lose. Actually, you do, which is your packets. It's most likely going to get you killed and or be a very frustrating day or week or month of gaming. As always, guys, thanks for watching, hanging out, and we will see you guys soon.